Hi Sagittarius, it's Jerry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot here with another Twin Flame monthly reading. I've been doing this since May, and so now we're in November, and I'm going to do a Twin Flame reading to match up the masculine and the feminine energies for the month of November using my Enchanted Romance Tarot booklet. In the back there is a spread where we match up the divine masculine and the divine feminine, his feelings, her feelings, his thoughts, her thoughts, her hopes, his actions, and her actions. Now, I know what you're thinking, but that sounds kind of sexist, or whatever. It's not really, because male, female, masculine, feminine is not necessarily the same thing. So definitely put yourself where you see yourself. And something that I've been noticing a lot in these readings lately is that the majority of us are the divine feminine, but we're learning how to really balance the masculine and the feminine sides of us, so our two essences, the energy between those sides. And that is a good sign. That means that we're coming into this wholeness where we're feeling complete within ourselves, in the sense that we don't need anything else or anyone else to complete us. And yet, when we are attracted to our twin flame, that is exactly what we need to be, complete and whole within ourselves. And then together we make this greater whole. So, that being said, let me go ahead and start with this reading. So for every month, I choose two decks that are similar yet different. One that I can use for masculine and one for the feminine. And I just ended up using two decks that I just adore a lot. The Ethereal Visions is so beautiful with this gold thread that goes through it. That's going to be for the masculine. I wanted another kind of gold thread type of tarot, like I have on my wish list the Threads of Fate tarot, but it would have taken too long to get here. And I've been wanting to use Shadowscapes anyway, because this is one of my favorite decks, and it's the very first deck that I used on my channel. And those of you who are here from another reading, you're probably like, oh my gosh, I'm going to skip past this. I've already heard all of this before. Yes, well, I do that just in case nobody's been listening. In case you are new, this is the only zodiac that you picked. But this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. And I suggest that you check out all the placements that you possibly can in your chart. And also cross-watch for your divine masculine or feminine. And just let spirit guide you to whatever other zodiac sign draws your attention. It could be the title that really captures you and you feel like there's a message in it for you. So just keep going with it. Enjoy. Like, watch all of them if you want to. Make it a big pick a card. All right, so also what I've done is use the Romantic Fairy. I'm going to use that for general message for the Divine Feminine, and the Romance Angels for the Masculine. And I just have these two cards as placements. Maybe Pisces will be the last one. Maybe I'll reveal the meanings behind it in Pisces, but I haven't yet really done that. I think we kind of know what the masculine and the feminine are, but there could be a message. Hidden message. You would be one to want to know this message, and I bet you go hunt for it. Ooh, that'd be like a special hunt, like a Halloween hunt. Find the message of the divine masculine, divine feminine cards. Anyway, I'm being silly. Let's get to the reading. Let's get to it. Had a lot of coffee, had a good lunch, and now I'm ready to work. What is the Sagittarius general message for the month of November? What? I got goosebumps all over. On the top was engagement. Let's see what else. Religious factor and wedding. Wow, you guys. What's going on here? Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and it looks like you're going to get married, or this situation involves a marriage, or this situation involves an engagement and a wedding, or going to a wedding, because it's a religious factor. That's like going to somebody else's wedding could be going to their, because it's a sacrament, it's a religious sacrament, getting married. Also, it's so funny because my niece is a Sagittarius and she's having a quinceañera. So, something very special happening in November for you. Some kind of special event that could be related to religious factors. We'll just put it, we'll make the religious factor the main thrust of this general message. It's being influenced by religious upbringing and spiritual path. And this makes a lot of sense for Sagittarius, because Sagittarians are the philosopher and the clown. They're very, very in tune with religion and dogma and, spirituality, but not just, spirituality, just like everything that has, like, they're the high priestess. Like, they really kind of dive into all aspects of spirituality, and all religions are interesting to them. There may be some Sagittarians that are quite stuck in the fact that maybe they think one particular religion or way of looking at things is the right way, but I think they're also willing to explore. They like knowledge. They have a thirst for knowledge. So that seems very likely. Like, maybe it's important for you to have a specific connection, religious or spiritual connection, with your divine one. And that's another thing that we seek. If our counterpart is not appearing to be spiritual, then it seems like something's going wrong with the connection, or maybe we chose wrong, or maybe we're not seeing things correctly. But I'm here to tell you that your counterpart can sometimes learn their lesson and evolve through the material world until they finally reach the point where they've learned all the lessons that they need to in the material, and then they can go to the spiritual. And I think you both are doing a little bit of both. You may feel like you're more spiritual, but actually there's a lot of material that you're going through, ego deconstructions, and and still dealing with the day-to-day life and figuring out how to blend career with life path and things like that. All right, let's see now for the Divine Feminine. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. What's the general message here for Sagittarius? The Feminines. Hello, my Divine Feminines. How are you? I have a lot of Saggy friends. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Ooh, you got natural evolution. So go with the flow and let the situation unfold naturally. All right, so, I think you got the idea. It's like there's things beyond your control. And I think I got goosebumps again. I feel like you're so wise about this. You recognize what you can change or what you can't, what you have to accept. And right now you're going through a phase of acceptance, and that's so good. So proud of you. You're accepting the situation as it is, and you're letting it unfold naturally. And when you do that, you allow all this space and freedom and positive energy to help attract the situation back into your life that you wish, your person. Now let's get into the reading, and let's see about the Sagittarius, the Divine Masculine feelings. What are his feelings in the month of November? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. And I forgot to mention, I'm going to use pronouns he and she just to simplify it, but some of you females out there might resonate with the masculine side, so just be loose about it. Also, if you are if you're same sex couple, whatever, be loose about that too. Anyway, male, female, masculine, feminine, not the same thing. I'm just gonna say he, she, just to simplify. Let's go. What are the Sagittarian Divine Masculine feelings in the month of November towards his feminine or the situation? Oh, should I get that one? Ooh, very nice. King of Pentacles. So he's feeling strong in his power. He's feeling strong financially too. That's good. He's also maybe feeling a little bit responsible. Like, I have certain duties, responsibilities. I'm a leader. I have to have a good example, set a good example. That could be the energy here too. Just wanting to show their strength. So the divine masculine is showing strength, showing their power, their influence, and how abundant they are. Okay, so how is the divine feminine feeling in the month of November towards her masculine? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. Wow, I love this one. So pretty. You got the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Oh yeah, this came out for Scorpio, I think. Yeah, so some of you might be Sag, Scorpio cusp, or I think in Scorpio, Temperance came out, and so I told you to go watch Sagittarius. So here you are again with the Three of Pentacles and Seven of Cups. This is a very important message here. It's come out in your feelings. I'm not sure if that's the way it came out in Scorpio, but the Seven of Cups is kind of like, it's like an equation that you're trying to work out, but you don't need to work it out because you already have the answer. That's the message that I got from Scorpio. And this also makes me think of a couple, like somebody's in a partnership, and their partnership is based on, you know, mutual respect and all of that. You know, they have smiles on their faces, but they have totally different ways about doing things. And almost now I'm noticing this instead. This is interesting. Two castles. So this could be a couple who don't even really live together, or if they do, they live in separate parts of their houses, you know. But you know, whenever they decide to talk to each other and hang out and come up with some moves, then the masculine is saying, okay, I got a map, but, you know, I don't really need to ask questions or ask for directions. I got my map. I can figure this out. And the feminine is saying, but let's go over here. I think that's the place we're looking for right there. And he's like, no, I got this. So it's almost like the masculine's all stubborn in his ways, and the feminine is trying to be stubborn in her ways, or point him in the right direction. And they're not really communicating or listening to each other. And so there's not actually any decision making going on or anything being done because they're not like in sync with each other. Just this gives me an energy of not being in sync with each other. However, I don't think this is your twin flame relationship. I think this means that your twin flame doesn't feel like the way he feels with you, or she feels with you, with other people. Like with other people, it's always this, always something else, not, you know, seeing eye to eye, or not reading each other's minds, or not completing each other's sentences. But here you're completing each other's sentences, and you can barely see the masculine in this, or the male, but there he is. You know, it's almost like he's part of her dress, and they are whole, they're one. That's what it means to be two wholes becoming a greater whole. Is kind of like this is about creation and making something greater and bigger, and this is very natural, and this is very peaceful, and it's like they're blended together. So that's what you're feeling. You're feeling completely blended with your person. Like you know, like there's no beginning or end. You know, you don't know where you start and he stops, or you stop and he starts, or you know how that saying goes. So it's kind of like that feeling. Let's see now, what are the thoughts of the divine masculine in the month of November? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. What are divine masculine's thoughts? Ooh, the thoughts are of the Four of Wands, like thinking they are in a twin flame relationship. Super nice. There's some others that came out. Ooh, gosh. I'm not going to put all of these out, but look, you had the Hanged Man, which is okay, because I feel like this is about an enlightenment, a meditation, a connection in the dream world. And then you have the Lovers, that's Gemini, and it is union. And then you have Sun, it's marriage and joy and pleasure and dreams coming true. So we'll put all those behind the thoughts. for Sagittarius. Okay, let's see now. What are the Divine Feminine's thoughts towards your Divine Masculine? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements. Okay, great. Ace of Cups. This is the first time this has come out, and this is very sweet. Oh my gosh. I didn't notice this before, but we have all these little, we have fishies and fairies, and look, we have two fairies over here flying together. It's almost like the Two of Cups when the two fairies are together, and they look like same sex. They could be friends, but they could also be romantically inclined. Anyway, but there's this just a plain joy and an overabundance and overwhelming feeling of love here. I'm curious what our Stephanie might say about it, because she's has such a good way of writing. The first stirring of emotion, compassion, love, intimacy, and attunement. See, that's what this is, like totally attuned, in tune and attuned. All right, let's see now. What are the hopes and or fears for Sagittarius for the Divine Masculine, Sun, Moon, Rising? What are the hopes and or maybe fears? The reason why I just added the fears section or word is because sometimes the hopes came out funny, like it seemed like fear instead of hope, and so I just want to give the opportunity, if there is any doubt or any worry, to acknowledge it. For the Divine Masculine, what's going on for hopes? Okay. Oh, good. Ace of Pentacles. So this is so perfect, because this has been happening a lot. Like the feminine gets the aces and the pages and of water, and then the masculine keeps getting, you know, the aces and the pages of pentacles, which means, you know, stability and earth and commitment and starting fresh. And what I like about this too, it's kind of like building a house, you know, actually making foundation for a new house. Wow, that's very possible here. Yes, a new foundation. And if you are connected at all with the Scorpio, Scorpio is about being reborn to a new life, and you're having a new foundation here. So let's see now, what is the feminine, Divine Feminine, hopes and fears? Okay. Oh wow, you got the Hanged Man too. So let's match them up. The Hanged Man is kind of like a period of suspension, I don't know why I keep saying meditation, but I see people sometimes taking unusual positions for meditating, you know, like hanging upside down. For some reason I see that's, and with time comes the enlightenment, you know. But also this represents a sacrifice of some sort. Sometimes you have to sacrifice, I don't know, certain beliefs or something that you felt sure of in order to have the greater good. So I'm just curious. Letting go and surrendering to the experience. Surrender. Okay, well that's both of these, you know, surrender. And surrender is the word or the thing that you do right before union. So that's a good sign here. Surrendering to the experience, an emotional release, accepting what is. See, there's an acceptance here with this natural evolution. Seeing things in a new light. Also used to call this looking at things outside the box, an outside of the box thinker. Not somebody who's so rigid in their beliefs, but looking outside the box, which is really good for Sagittarius, because sometimes they're not fixed signs, but sometimes when they might get stuck in a certain belief system. And the good thing is, because they're mutable, they're willing to see other possibilities, and that's good. You know, it's important to see other possibilities and perceive things a little bit differently. But it's at the same time, you know, there is one truth, you know, in a certain sense. A lot of people want to debate about that though. But that's, at least you want to debate about it, at least you want to talk about it, and that's important, you know, like give yourself a chance to see other people's points of view when it comes to the truth. Yeah. All right, now let's finally see what is the divine masculine's actions going to be towards the feminine in the month of, we got a lot came out, so I'm going to flip it one more time. But the Hierophant's pretty interesting because that's about the religion and stuff. And we had that religious factors come out. But I'm just going to ask for one because too many came out. So, one card, please, for the divine masculine in the month of November. What are his actions towards the feminine or the relationship? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay. Ooh, I like these. Okay, well, we're going to highlight the King of Wands because the King of Wands represents fire signs and this person being in their divine masculine power energy. We're also going to highlight the Chariot because it's all about movement and triumph and headed in the right direction. And then we're going to highlight the Artist, which is, to me, a really good card. It's an extra card of the Ethereal Visions that I like very much. And it is all about the vessel of creation. It signifies mankind and shows when you need to open to the knowledge that is available if you stop and set aside the distraction of human condition and listen. This is about being a visionary and entrepreneur, creating things, being passionate, and interpreting things correctly, you know, or just plain interpreting something in your own unique way. Okay, so let's see now. What are the divine feminine's actions going to be towards her masculine? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and other placements for the month of November. And we have the Four of Pentacles. This is kind of interesting actions, but it could be about saving up. You know, it's about waiting, saving money, storing away things until the appropriate time. Four kind of makes me think of timing because a little bit of timing for some reason. The Four is enlightenment, like just when you need to know it, it will come to you. Normally the Four of Pentacles can be about greed and hoarding, and because we have like this dragon here, it could represent like not sharing. But I see it, but on the positive side, it can also just plain represent saving. So there's a situation here where you're saving, or maybe this is a whole kind of, I'm saving all my love for you. It can also represent possessiveness, like you're mine and nobody else can have you. And that leads a little bit to, you know, the ego side, and we don't want to use that energy too much. So use the positive part of the Four of Pentacles. And if it's not time now, if you haven't seen very much development in this situation with your twin flame, you're just going through this natural evolution of things with them, then start saving up what you need for that time that you do actually make a change, because the new foundation is about to arrive, and now it's the time to get things ready and get things in order so you can start that new thing. Can you start the new journey, or start this new beginning with your twin flame? Okay, so let's see what your charms have to say. All right, you got MTV, music, and television. So a little bit of both of those. It can also represent that you might have be of the similar generation. You might have like a lot of nostalgia between you. Like, remember when we were kids and we watched that TV show, that kind of thing. It's like having this pop culture connection, and that's part of this fun connection you have together. You know, it's like all these things that you remember growing up and you had similar experiences. You have the iron. It's kind of like memes too, like, you know how only and inside jokes, only some people get it, and this person gets you. You know, they get it when you say something. They're like, yes, I know what you mean. You got the thimble, which is protected. You know, so you're protected. You can iron out anything, and you're protected. Everything's good. Not all who wander are lost. That's a really good sign, and I feel it means you might be doing a little exploring or just kind of daydreaming or whatever it is. You have Saxon, so this could be like representing a band. This could be, you know, represent a person who's like a Viking or a big guy, but yeah, or could represent metal, could represent peace. Maybe it's some kind of music or band that gives you peace. You have sewing machine here, which is creativity. You have the Pisces, and that is intuitive, and the Aries is courageous. So that being said, I feel like your assignment is to go watch the Pisces and the Aries readings. Well, I think you're going to probably watch Pisces anyway to find out what these two cards mean, because that's where that's going to be. The Hanged Man means Pisces. Lovers is Gemini, so watch Gemini. The Sun is Leo. Watch those. The Chariot is Cancer. Watch Cancer. Oh, you have a big assignment. Let's see, anything over here? You have Hangman twice, so definitely have to watch Pisces. Yes, go see Pisces if you don't see anything else. I have no idea what that's going to be about because it has not come out yet. It's in the future. See, you're moving towards the future. You didn't even know it. In this moment, the future is now. You got the starfish, which means hope. No matter if it's a starfish or a star in the sky, it always represents hope. And then you have this plane, and that's like short trips. Then you have the frog, which is good luck, and the feather is signs from the universe and spirit and angels and ancestors. You got a couple of signs here. I think the frog could be a sign as well. So when you go out and ask questions of spirit, ask them to show you a yes, like a yes or no question. And if the answer is yes, then drop a feather at my feet. Something like that, you know. I think that's how you can connect with nature or with spirit, through nature symbols. Okay? All right, I hope you like that. Thumbs up if you like that, and feel free to comment below and tell me how you like it. And usually whoever comments first gets pinned. So any of you who, want to be, want your comment to be pinned, definitely say something juicy so I can pin your comment. All right, well, I'm going to move on to the other readings. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.